What's up guys, my name's Liam, and today we're going to be taking a look at the GLSSWRKS Akari. It does kind of set itself apart from any other glass mouse pad that I've tested currently on the market, but it's going to be the perfect gaming mouse pad for you. Let's check it out. Before we get started, I did want to let you know this was sent out to me. However, everything you'll be hearing in this video is going to be my own words and my own opinions. This did arrive to my front door in this pretty thick box here. Lots of foam, keep it nice and protected. And it also did come included with this cleaning towel. For the size, it sits at 490 millimeters in width by 420 millimeters in height. And out of all the glass pads that I have, this one is actually the thinnest. It's sitting in right around 3.5 millimeters in thickness. For the base, they're using this rubberized honeycomb backing, and it does go edge to edge. It feels great and plant on my desk nicely. Edges on here are nice and rounded, and the fact that this does sit so low, I didn't have any issues with comfort while using this. The surface of this feels very smooth. You don't notice any type of real abrasive texture or anything like that. As you're using it, it feels really great on your forearm as you're swiping across. Another unique feature is the glass is heat treated, so it is said to have a moisture resistant surface. It is actually very humid out where I am right now currently, and the entire time that I was gaming it, I was trying to take note of this. I didn't find a single time where my forearm was actually sticking to the surface of this glass pad, and the performance of this thing, it really does feel great. I would absolutely categorize this as a speed pad, but I would say that this does have a pretty unique property when it comes to the overall performance, because I would definitely say this is on the faster side, and we'll get into the comparisons here in just a minute. But the one thing about the performance of this is, even though it does have incredibly low both dynamic and static friction, I do feel like on the static friction, if you were to slightly push into this pad, it doesn't feel as slippery as some of the other offerings that I've used. As I was trying to make the real precise micro adjustments, as I was trying to shoot somebody from far away or snipe them, I didn't find it being too much of an issue while I was using this in game. And so far, out of all the mice that I've been testing on the surface of this, all of them have tracked great. With the final mouse, I did actually have the liftoff distance set to 2 millimeters. I did kind of notice it hopping around a little bit. I did adjust it to 1 millimeter after that and didn't have any issues, so it seems to be tracking across all of the mice that I tested out with great. I'm still getting a little bit of a noticeable audible sound from the surface itself, so let's go ahead and drop a sound test, and I'll kind of throw this up against some of the other glass mouse pads out there that are really popular in the market so you can see what it sounds like compared to them. This is the Padsmith Empress, and between both of these, the surface does feel a bit smoother on the Akari, and I do feel like that over here on the Padsmith Empress that you do get quite a bit more control down in the micro adjustments. Even though I feel like the Empress is still categorized as a speed pad, is on the faster side, you definitely do notice a difference of speed over here on the Akari. It does feel quite a bit quicker, but all around I would say that the Akari is a step above the Empress, so it is quicker and it does offer a slight bit less of control down in the micro adjustments than the Empress does. So let's go ahead and drop the glide test between both the Empress and the Akari. All right, so next up, when comparing the Akari to the Superglide, the Akari has a bit more of a smoother feeling surface. We do feel a slight bit more of texture over here on the Superglide. The performance though of both of these is pretty evenly matched when it comes to the overall speed. But the one biggest noticeable difference for me between both of these is the Superglide, to me, it kind of has more of a slippery feel. With the texture on the surface, if you were to push into it hard enough, you do get somewhat a greater sense of control, but I do feel like it is a little bit more effortless over here on the Akari. So with the control of this down in the static friction, the micro adjustments, I would kind of put this in between the Superglide and the Empress through my experience. So let's go ahead and drop a glide test between the Superglide and the Akari. All right guys, so that about wraps things up on the GLSSWRKS Akari. I really do feel like they nailed it down with the overall build and performance of this thing, and I really do feel like they knocked it out of the park. One of the first things that came to my mind as I laid this on my desk, I was just like, wow, this thing looks incredible. So like I said, the edges of it, the feeling of it, the smoothness, the base, everything about it feels great. So I'm going to go ahead and say that this is one of my favorite glass pads out there if you're looking for something on a little bit of the faster spectrum, giving you a little bit of the extra control, which is properties that I really find myself appealing when it comes to using one of these glass pads. So even though this is GLSSWRKS' first glass mouse pad, they've done an amazing job with it, and I'm really excited to see with what else they do come out with in the future. All right guys, so if you have any questions, I feel like I left anything out, please let me know down in the comments below. If you've enjoyed watching this video and are interested in seeing more videos like this in the future, please drop this video a like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one.